Nathan, thanks for stopping and talking to us. We're doing a man on the street interview today, and wanted to ask a couple of questions about women in the workplace. Do you work in and around women?
Absolutely, I do, yes.
Have you ever had a woman boss?
No.
Have you worked with women?
Yeah.
I've had a lot of women working for me over the past 25, 30 years, and my experience has been relatively good, with few exceptions.
I work at KSL News Radio, and there's plenty of women in the newsroom with us.
Okay, any of them your bosses?
Yes, the actual president that I work under is a woman, and we have plenty of female hosts, female producers, female people at security, so.
I don't necessarily see a massive distinction between men and women in the workplace. I think men behave differently when there are women in the workplace, and I think that's oftentimes for the better. And I find the women that I've worked with as bosses and as coworkers have been excellent people and great to work with.
It's very difficult to kind of set your opinions out there. A lot of men are aggressive in a workplace. A lot of the times they're talking over each other just to make sure their point is heard. And as a woman, it isn't seen as the right thing to do, since that's kind of not stereotypically what we tend to do or what we've been raised to do by society. The male analysts I work with are more, trusted with harder work, or, they're giving more flexibility. So I see a lot of discrimination in that respect.
Well, I work as the Director of Human Resources, and in my decades in human resources, I don't think women negotiate or really stick up for themselves as well as men do. So usually when I go in behalf of the company, I have a salary range that I'm able to work within, and many times women don't ask for more than the initial offer, and so they walk away with money on the table. And I'm not able to negotiate against myself. So I think women could do a better job in this area.
Tell us about the potential wage gap where you work.
It's a non-issue. I'm not sure there is a wage gap. I have not experienced it myself, and I feel that Zions Bank does a great job at making sure that we are paid for what we bring to the table.
Have you had a great female mentor in the workplace?
Yeah, absolutely. Tons of them.
Tell us about it.
Well, they're very organized and very open, communicative. We have the ability to kind of make room for another person in the room. We tend to work through problems diplomatically and, very creative problem solvers and multitaskers. It's a great environment to be in.
Are women good mentors to you in the workplace?
Yeah, they definitely help me out a lot. They've actually given me a lot of opportunities for internships this next summer and stuff like that, so yeah.
Tell me the difference between a male mentor and a female mentor in the workplace.
I think I have had both. So with a male mentor, I think that usually they're in a position of authority already organizationally, so they can actually kind of create a halo effect of opportunities for you. I think women is just tougher. It's tougher for them to actually have that positional authority in an organization. It's terrible to say, but
I have a woman that I work with in my role who she has a job I had previously. So she frequently comes to me, even though I'm not her direct supervisor. She'll come to me and ask my opinion. I've invited her to engage in different kinds of community and civic activities. The Chamber's Hive, for example, that is kind of next generation of leaders in the organization, and we talk infrequently. Formally, but frequently informally, if that makes sense.
Have you had good male mentors in your workplace?
As of right now, no. A lot of my mentors have been women, so I don't know if that's like a good thing or a bad thing, but some managers I have worked with have been very reasonable, whether it's through my scheduling or just the people I work around with. If I'm not comfortable with something, they're open, and some managers have been very, I don't want to say violent, but the way it's just too aggressive.
Software engineer is a male-dominated field. I think for the last almost 20 years, most of my coworkers are male. Okay.
Have you found that the males that you've worked with have been good mentors?
Yes, they are very good, and they are very nice to to women. So I'm very comfortable with work with them.
Do men and women think differently?
Yes.
And does that help when men and women think differently to resolve questions or problems in the workplace?
I believe it does, because then you can hear both sides of the story and weigh whatever compromise that you can get from a man and woman's perspective, and then you come to an agreement.
Because we our brain wired differently. We think things differently, and also we have this tender, sweet nature. We can, bring some softness and to this environment.
I don't think there's a specific woman perspective. I think individually speaking, they all offer different things. So some will lean left, some will lean right, some will have an older perspective, some will have a younger perspective. So just as individuals, yes, they do.
I don't necessarily think that just due to somebody's gender that they think differently. I think there are fairly masculine men, and there's fairly non-masculine men, and then there's fairly masculine women. And I'm going to try and step back from this. Is this live?
Do you think the Me Too movement has helped or hurt women's ability to be promoted and progress in the workplace?
I think it brings about awareness of an underground issue. I think it's good that it's out there. I certainly believe that it doesn't do anything for anybody to have not said anything before now. It definitely makes things more complicated, but I think it's worth it.
I don't think the Me Too movement specifically has hurt anything. I do think whenever there's any kind of steps forward, there's always some kind of opposition to that. The same thing happened in the civil rights movement, same thing happened with gay rights. So right now it's the Me Too movement, and you're seeing some strides forward, but you're also seeing some opposition to that, and that's going to be the case with everything.
Do you feel like men feel threatened in the workplace when they're working with a strong, organized woman?
Sure, but women feel threatened every day in the workplace with very strong, aggressive men. So, welcome to the group, buddy.
I'd like to ask you if you think that women make better politicians than men.
Oh, absolutely, no doubt.
And why do you say that?
Well, women actually listen, right? And actually can think through the process a little bit. But no, I think both make excellent politicians, but women definitely bring a different side and a perspective to things than men do a lot of times.
I think that the person makes the politician. Is that a diplomatic enough answer?
I don't really have an answer for that.
What do you think your wife would say here?
She'd probably say yes, so I'll just agree with her and say yes.
Women make better everything, they just don't sell it as well.
So I understand you've taken the ElevateHER Challenge by the Women's Leadership Institute. Tell us a little bit about that.
We did. My firm, it's a law firm, Ray Quinney and Nebeker. We took the ElevateHER Challenge about 3 years ago, and it's been a wonderful thing for our firm, and it's helped us to focus on something that we've always felt is very important, but it's given us a new emphasis on helping to make sure that all the women that work at our firm have an equal platform and every opportunity to succeed. It's important to us to be able to harness the abilities and energies of everyone that works at the firm, and this will just has provided us a number of tools to help us do that and make sure that our women at the firm are included in everything that we do, have opportunities to excel and to participate in management. And Pat and the WLI have really helped us catch that vision and recognize and understand the business case for gender diversity at the firm.